Joined on a lovely morning by Wanderers stalwart Josh Taylor. Josh, how you doing, mate? Thanks for joining us.
I'm good, Eddie. Thank you for having me, mate.
Brilliant. Well, it's been great to see you back out on the pitch in recent months. How's the body feeling after the injury? Do you feel fully back to yourself now, or do you have to keep that in mind when you go out there?
I definitely have to stay on top of it and and manage it. But no, on the whole, all good really. After probably the first couple of weeks, I was a bit more aware of it. But luckily, touch wood, not been too many dramas since.
Right, and it doesn't look to us like anything's changed in your performances. I mean, you've been really solid in recent weeks. That goal at Welling was lovely. How have you found your own performances recently?
I think okay. I don't know. Probably a little bit up and down. I think there's some performances stand out as a bit better than others, and there's been few where I think could have done a lot more. So probably even in the last two games, sort of shows maybe sort of either sides of that. I thought I was pretty happy with how I got on against Eastbourne, and then St Albans Saturday felt like I could have done a lot more and had more of an impact on the game. But yeah, generally been relatively happy with how I've sort of come back into it, and hopefully four more good ones, or maybe a bit more if we need it.
Yeah, and as you say, you've come back into a squad that's really dug in since the start of the year. Only 2 losses so far this year. What's the atmosphere like in the dressing room, particularly as we head into the Final Four?
It's good, to be fair, mate. The atmosphere is always good, really. It's a really good dressing room. I'm sure you know that, obviously knowing the boys, and Gaffer's good as well, to be fair. And the coaches, after, if we do have a disappointing result, Saturday you probably look at it as a bit of a disappointing one, but the mood's always really positive and just looking ahead to the next game, and so yeah, it's all good at the moment.
Great, it definitely looks like that from the outside. But just to touch on the St Albans performance, obviously it was a shame to miss out on 3 points late on. How do you reflect on that performance, and what are your key takeaways moving on to Bath?
Yeah, it was. See, it wasn't the prettiest game, was it? It's always tough playing teams at this stage of the season when they're scrapping for their lives, like St Albans were. Sorry, Alf's just mucking about behind the camera. I've lost my train of thought there. But, I've completely gone. St Albans. Tough game. Not the best pitch. I think we set pretty high standards for ourselves, so we would have wanted the 3 points, and at the end of the game you're pretty disappointed you haven't got the 3, especially conceding late on. But then you obviously at this stage of the season you start to look at other results as well, and maybe it doesn't turn out to be a terrible day for us. But we know we can do a lot better. I thought we played well first half. Second half we could have controlled the game a bit better and managed it a bit more. But I thought they played well, to be fair. Yeah,
and on Saturday we're off to Bath. And just before we touch on that, on Friday you're going up and staying the night. Does that change anything from your perspective, getting ready for the game? Does it get you more focused, or do you treat it like normal?
No, I think it definitely helps. Yeah, it definitely helps just in terms of preparation, probably more than anything. Obviously it's not ideal day of the game to maybe be sat on the coach for a few hours, and just in terms of even your timings of meals and everything, and time you've got with physios and stuff. So yeah, that definitely helps in terms of having the extra night. And the morning of the game to prepare properly and get everything really fine-tuned. So that just kind of shows the level of preparation and that the gaffer and the club are willing to give us to get us to set up as best as we can. So there's no excuses for us really on that side of things, and the players just need to then deliver that on the day.
Yeah, exactly. And touching on Bath themselves, they're in a decent run of form. They just beat Hampton and Richmond 5-0.
Yeah, obviously a good win for them last week. I think they're probably one of those teams now at this stage of the season where they're in that point in the league where they've maybe not got loads to play for. So that probably benefits them. I think they're a bit of a young team as well, where they're maybe just playing with complete freedom and no stress at all. But obviously they're still playing to win, a great result last week. So it's a real cliche thing to say, but it does feel like every game's tough in this league. On paper, if you looked at it last week, you're thinking, away to, a team down the bottom of the league, we're at the top, we'd be favourites on that, but that's not how it pans out a lot of the time. So, every game, obviously for us, every game now is a must-win, and hopefully we can do that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and you say every game left is a must-win. We've got 4 more Is there one of those four that you look at particularly as a pivotal game? Obviously, Worthing's the obvious choice.
Yeah, I guess Worthing's the one people are looking at, but again, another grim football cliche. But like, you can only look at the game ahead at the moment, because to make that Worthing game a big game, we need to beat Bath, we need to beat Hampton. So it's just about literally going into every game like a cup final now and trying to take maximum points. So ultimately, every game's a big one now.
Well, best of luck with that. Just before we leave, do you have a message for the Wanderers faithful going into these final 4 games?
Yeah, just honestly keep doing what you're doing. To be fair, like the fans have been amazing this season. The boys, we actually talk about it a lot. To be fair, especially the support away from home, the numbers we've been getting. I can think of games like Hornchurch away, Welling away, those games where we won 1-0 and sort of grinding out results, Boreham Wood, and the fans do like genuinely help you get over the line and give you that extra push. So I see the Worthing game's already been sold out, which is amazing. Hopefully we can get really good numbers at Bath. And then those 2 home games, our form's not been as good as we'd like it to be at home this season. But yeah, hopefully we can get some really good numbers for that as well, and just help us get over the line. And the support's been incredible.
Great. Well, thanks, Josh, and good luck for the rest of the season, mate.
Cheers, Ed.
Well done, mate. That
Nice
was really
one.
good.